All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Today we're going to be looking at a new device from TCL. This is the TCL 50XL 5G. Now, some high points on this particular phone. It has a 50 megapixel hybrid rear triple camera setup. So you get an 8 megapixel front facing camera as well. It does have a 6.7 inch 1080p display. Full HD Plus is what they call it. It's a 120 hertz display. So that's 1080 by 2460. You got 120 hertz refresh rate. And you know, TCL makes really good screens. Like they don't get slept on very often, but they do make great screens. Phones are really good on there. Most of the TVs in my house are TCL, so I really trust their displays. And on phones, it's really good. And it does pack a MediaTek Octa-core processor inside of here with a 5,010 milliamp hour battery. That is nuts. You've got 128 gigs of storage. You can add, it has 6 gigs of RAM, and you do have expandable storage as well. The responsiveness they're saying is 240 hertz touch sampling rate, so that should be pretty fast. You've got face unlock, a side-mounted fingerprint reader, which is always a plus. Having a physical fingerprint reader is just huge to me. You've got NFC, and wait until I tell you the price. You've probably seen some videos on this, but the price on this is really low for all these things I'm naming. You've got dual stereo speakers enhanced by DTS 3D Boom sound, up to 2 terabytes on the MicroSD card slot. I don't know that a person would do that. The card might be more than the phone, and it's also hearing aid compatible. So let's crack this open here and give you a rundown. This is available on Metro by T-Mobile. Metro by T-Mobile. It is $159, but you can get it free with port-ins and deals and stuff. So, you know, just do your research and you can get one of these at no cost if you're willing to stay with the company. So this is how it comes to you right in the box here. Let's pop it open on this side here. And I want to show you this camera module. Check that out. That is a very, like, if you didn't know this phone was $159, if I didn't tell you, you would think this phone cost, I don't know, $700-800. It has a beautiful texture on the back. I can't even put it into words. This is such a nice texture. It's crazy. Like it feels, I thought this was going to be a smooth texture, but it's actually really, it's got a faint texture to it. And then the sides are matte, like a no glossiness or anything like that. So here's your SIM tray on this top right corner here, or top left corner if it's facing you, but the top side of the phone there. On this side, you've got your volume, power button that doubles as a fingerprint reader, a microphone up there for canceling. And on the bottom here, you've got a headphone jack, another microphone type C, and the other speaker out there. So let's power this on here. But before we do, take a look at this design around the camera. See the little ridges and stuff like that. So that's pretty eclectic and really nice. The rest of the contents in the box here is going to just be a charger and some manuals. You do get a charger in the box, which is... It shouldn't be a thing, but you do get a charger in the box, and that's just what it is. All right, so it is fired up here, and this is the way it's going to greet you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop my SIM card in here too. I appreciate TCL sending this out to me, and they provided service as well. So I'm going to pop this SIM card in here. And we're going to get it going because I no longer have T-Mobile service. So they said, hey, Jay, do you want us to pay for service for you? I was like, sure, no problem. Thank you. We can send it out. I'll test your service too. Because last time I was with T-Mobile, I left because it wasn't too great. But this is their prepaid service. So hopefully it is good. I've never had Metro by T-Mobile. I think I had Metro. Yeah, I did. I had it years ago when it first launched. But you can see it grabbing service there. You can see the NFC logo. So it's going to go ahead and reboot. You can see it grabbed 5G, but you get another look at the TCL logo. So strong vibration on this device. It just vibrated as it reboots because when you power it on, it gives us a little vibration. But this is it's powering off. Let me power back on. It's a strong vibration motor in this phone. So hopefully the haptics are pretty good as well. You can see here this 6.7 inch display is 6.78 inches. So basically 6.8 inches. You look at a phone like the Sony Pro I. It's narrow just like that, which is good. So obviously you can see now that I put the T-Mobile SIM card in there, it's booting up with T-Mobile. So it is now officially locked to Metro or T-Mobile. You see I got 5G there. I don't know if there's an unlocked variant of this. I didn't do any research on it to see if there's an unlocked variant, but probably if I would have put a different SIM card in there, it would have locked to that carrier. I don't know. Those are called universal phone SIMs. So let's go ahead and get in here and hit start. When you get your device, I'm going to go ahead and sign into my Wi-Fi. I wish you could, some of these, there you go, officially on ultra wideband now. I wish they would allow some of these to set up via 5G, because it says set up offline, but maybe if I skip it, it'll do it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and sign into Wi-Fi to make it faster, and then I'll turn Wi-Fi back off. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let it do its thing and see here. They also have buy one, okay, so it's buy one free. I'm checking the promos here. It's buy one free when you actually bring your number over. So you don't even have to pay anything for this device if you port your number over. You get an instant rebate to cover the device and everything like that. And so $0 if you decide to bring your number over. So if you get a new number, it looks like they're giving you $60 to join with the $65 auto pay. So you can get it free if you have a new number, or if you have a bring your own number. Looks like that's what I'm looking at on the website. So let me sign in with my email. After you sign in with your email, you'll be faced with this information here. And looks like that should be good to go. Let's go ahead and cycle through here. Now we're gonna go ahead and set up the fingerprint reader. And I'll do this real time for you just so you can see. Maybe, hopefully it's a fast fingerprint reader for setting up. I think I was watching CV Tech's video, and he said he had problems with facial recognition working. So I'm definitely going to try to set that up in this video for you just to see if it'll work. All right, it's done. Now here's facial recognition. Let me see here. Put in the pin. And I'm gonna add face. And it's added. We'll check it. Face unlock will be disabled in the following cases. The device has not been used for more than 4 hours. The PIN or pattern or password has not been entered or unlocked more than 24 hours. Face unlock fails 3 times in a row. So that is a pretty, I've never seen that up front when someone's dealing with, when a company has face unlock. So maybe they're trying to make it more secure, but there we go. I don't know what else I can do for the setup. I'm just gonna hit continue for now. I'll skip that, and here we go. Well, thanks. So this is what you'll be faced with if you decide to get this device. So you've got, looks like a system update. I don't know if it's gonna, but that's just letting me know when it's gonna update, but I'll check for a system update. So you've got enhancements already turned on because NXTVISION is what TCL is known for. So this should be pretty impressive. So obviously I'm gonna leave that on. I'm gonna do gestures. I'm not gonna do buttons because you can see it has buttons. I'm gonna do gestures. So I already know how to use the gestures. So setup complete. And then we'll get into the phone here. I like to do a screenshot for social media to see if somebody can guess what phone I'm using. Screenshot saved. Now finish, and this is T-Mobile's information here. We're not gonna allow them to look and peek at what I'm doing, even though they probably know how to do it anyway. Agree to their terms. Man, buying a cell phone today is so different than ever. So let me pause and get through this T-Mobile stuff, and I'll be right back. Okay, before I go on, let me just get real with you for a second. This is the stupidest thing that you should have to do on a phone. determine your identity. Our world has gone, let me stop. This is so stupid. So they've got some games and applications you can install. So I'm gonna do these 3 right here. I'm gonna do the Marvel, the Wooduco, and I'll go ahead and do the blocks just to install some that you have here. They have Lift, what the frick? Anyway, let's go ahead and hit next, and it's gonna basically install those. I'm gonna get out of here. And more games. These are pretty fun right here. These games like this, these air games right here. And it's gonna hit next. Oh, nothing like a word search. I'll try out some of these games. I'm gonna go ahead and just get out of here because it's just gonna keep on. Let's put Pluto. Let's see here. I'll install my own Bible app, and I think I'm done. Okay, no, I don't want Walmart. I don't want these. All right, let's install. What the heck is it? Oh, that's T-Mobile Tuesday. It's called T-Life now. What the heck? Yeah, it's been a while since I've been around T-Mobile. So, indeed, the new phone, the new job. I don't need, no. What? This is a shame. Let me skip these offers. I didn't see that skip button at the top up there. But man, this is a lot to get into a device with T-Mobile, man. And this isn't TCL. This is T-Mobile doing all this. So finally, I can get into the device. I'm now going to turn off Wi-Fi. But here it is. I just want to give you a real world startup. If you're going to be using this, you're going to have to go through all of that. I think it's ludicrous that T-Mobile does that. But yeah, so let me go ahead and turn off Wi-Fi. So I want to use their 5G. And in my home, you know, my service is excellent with everybody else. So I'm just going to go straight to, if it'll allow me to. Okay. Maybe because the phone's booting up or something. I have no idea. But on this phone, basically, there's nothing on here. So I'm going to uninstall. Oh, God, come on, man. Don't do me like this. Don't troll me like this. I think it's because the phone is just booting up. And it is running this MediaTek processor inside. I'm not saying it's the MediaTek processor's fault, but most phones, when you first boot them up, you get this type of, you know, sluggishness. It might take some time to get itself settled in. So obviously I'm gonna go ahead and uninstall Facebook because I don't use Facebook. You see all the games and stuff that are on here, I put on here. And then by default, since I put a T-Mobile SIM card in there, all these things are in here as well. So, yeah, I put the Pluto. You saw the games and stuff that I checked. Other than that, it looks like this won't have any real bloatware. So let me try Chrome again. What's going on with Chrome? Okay, wow. It's like, man, I guess because the phone was booting up or something. I don't know. But I want to check the speeds on T-Mobile just right out of the box with just a few things I've done so far. I want to see what they're talking about for the speed. Continue. No thanks. And continue. Okay, come on. So let's go to, let's open up a separate browser here and here. I'll let that one boot up. And then we're gonna go to fast.com. And we're gonna check these speeds to see what it's like. And this is over T-Mobile's, not your service is going to be where your service is going to be. Like, it's going to be as fast or slow as it is. I'm just checking this because I haven't had T-Mobile service in a while. And this is Metro by T-Mobile. So this is prioritized under T-Mobile more than likely because it's their prepaid service. So I just wanted to see if it was going to have any real impact on their speeds. But this is taking a little bit of time. So maybe we'll come back to that. I'll test that in another video. But getting in here, let's go into settings here and let's go down. Look at the settings menu. This is actually pretty cool. It's pretty nice. So right here, you got your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, your SIM card and network and everything. And then in here, you have your hotspot. You got your airplane mode in there and everything. You got your VPN. There's your NFC. You've got Quick Share and Android Auto. You've got Cast. You got everything. It's almost like this is a stock Android device pretty much. You got your home screen. They have their kind of touch to it though. They have their kind of touch to it. So when the screen is dark, it turns on for a few months for notifications. Well, with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, yeah, it definitely is okay. So let's check the facial recognition while I'm thinking about it real quick. Let's light it up. Oh, it unlocked. Yeah, so the facial recognition works good. I just had to check that real quick. So in here, you've got different launchers you would have in there, your home screen settings. You got your grid right off the rip. I'm super happy that they have it like this, man. It just should be. Like, it should be able to do that, man. That just doesn't make any sense that a lot of these phones don't do that. It's so annoying. I think OnePlus doesn't allow it. I just don't understand it, but it is what it is. So these are the things you can do in here. You got your Google Feed, obviously. So this is and you can have the drawer, or you can have it all on the screen. So this is so far this is pretty good. The little quirks with Chrome or whatever, I just credit that to being over the network, because it's probably not that strong of a network while it's booting up or whatever. I don't know, but and then, you know, Chrome, the phone's just starting. But nonetheless, those are your connections, your home screens, your display. Got to change this to dark display. I just let's turn on now. I think I was watching again. I was watching CV Tech. I think that's what he goes by. And he was saying that he couldn't get certain things to the facial recognition, and I think it was the dark screen, but you have to go in there like that and manually turn it on. You've got eye comfort. You've got, I'm just gonna put this to 30 minutes. You got your display here. You've got vivid, you got natural, and you got advanced. But vivid is just the way to go if you want to just get the best that they're having to offer. Now, smart refresh is on. Now, remember, this is a 120 hertz display. So I'm just going to put it to 120 hertz. I don't want smart display, automatically adjust refresh rate based on the display content, balances display smoothness and power consumption. Well, I'm not worried about power consumption. I want 120 hertz at all time if it is offered. So this is the way I would like to do it. So you got auto rotate, you got search bar and dock, battery inside, no battery next to it. So you can see that is another perk. See, things like that make a device really good, because some devices, I won't name the manufacturers, but they force the battery inside. They force the battery inside of the battery. It just doesn't make any sense. I just don't understand it, why they would do that. But next to it, it can clearly be seen, or just turn it off. Okay, so you got your Dotch status bar touch display. So basically, they calling it a Dotch. That's the silliest. That's kind of cool though, the terminology, because the N word, I just, you know, back in the day, but they're calling it a Dotch because it has the dot display right there. But obviously, I would rather leave it full like this. I don't want all the notifications to take up any part of the display. That's super cool though. Display and size, you got everything. Bold text is pretty cool. I like using bold text. And then you've got the display here to let you see how things are going to be. Now, font size, I'm going to increase a little bit because I do wear glasses. So I try to get it as big as I can. Smart resolution, this right here, intelligently adjusts the screen's resolution to save power. Nope, we're not saving any power. We don't need adjustments. So a lot's going on right there in the display area. So you've got your NXTVISION. We've already kind of went over this, but here's a deeper mode in here. You got your reading mode, your eye comfort mode, dark display mode, sunlight display mode. Yeah, all good because, you know, again, their displays are very nice, and I will show you some content here in just a second. So here's where you got your 3D boom sound. So that is a loud ringer. I like digital phone. Swirl is pretty nice. TCL Go. Yeah. I think that is pretty cool. You also, by the way, if you saw that, you can do custom ringtones up here as well. So you just add whatever you want to do for custom ringtones. And so the sound is pretty good. Yeah, really, really good. Really, really nice. These are the notifications sounds. Let me see what wood sounds like. Yeah, wood is nice. Wood and misted is pretty cool. Then you got the vibrating haptics. So this is actually extremely, this is a very nice haptic feedback motor in here. It's really nice. I like it a lot. That's about all I can say about that. It's actually pretty nice. So automatic live capture speech. This is actually pretty cool. And this is probably just a Google thing, really. Definitely high profanity. Why we want to show profanity. That's really nice. So you got more sounds down here. And also if you plug in a headphone jack, because this does have a headphone jack, which is pretty cool. And this thing is slipping all out of my hands. Yeah, that's pretty cool that you can actually do that. So touch sounds is what I don't want. I was looking for that. Wireless alerts, you know, those always seem to go off at 3 in the morning when everybody's sleeping. They can't wait till we're fully awake and can really help. I don't know. Let me move on. So sounds, vibrations, there we go. Notifications, app management, just the basic things here when you're getting notifications and everything. Notification icon folder, of course. And this is pretty much it. So you got some advanced, oh, here, we got to go here too. You can see the gestures already went in there and buttons. A power key. It can quickly open the camera, which I do not like. And I don't like to have the power button instant call. I used to have that like that before, and it totally jacked it up. So I was hanging up on people left and right. So advanced features is the system navigation and screen recorder. I don't see what's so advanced about that, but you can screen record up to 1080p. The lowest is 480p. Kind of crazy. I would like to see more, but the screen is 1080p. Auto launch smart battery. So you got the battery. Now these things like this are really cool. So it's checking everything here. It's letting me know that everything's in good condition. So I love when they do things like this. Really, really nice. I like that. So you've got security and safety and apps and storage. Storage, you've got 128 gigs available. Really nice. So overall, folks, this is it. And let's go on to the system and let's see if there's a system update. It's checking. I love the animations. I mean, their screens are just beautiful. So it might be a system update. I think when I watched CV Tech's, he had an update on his. It says checking, but it says up to date. It says checking, then it says up to date. It'll come later, more than likely. But there you are. Oh, there it is. There's the update. Okay, there we go. So it is downloading. I'll go ahead and turn on Wi-Fi now. And it's only 82.7 megabytes, but I have 1 gig internet down, so I just wanted to go ahead and just do it. So battery needs to be at 30%, and I'm at 29%. Good, because I didn't want to stop the video. So now let me pull up content here, and I'm going to show you a video. So as I'm starting this video, it will upscale to 1440p. It looks like the highest it'll upscale to.
If you're on 6.1.0, you're going to have to go to 6.2 first. So if you're...
I'm going to go ahead and turn the brightness up here. It's on auto bright, but I want to turn it all the way up to full. That's beautiful.
Wondering why you don't have the 6.3.2? It's because you don't have the 6.3.2. It's because you don't have the 6.2.0. Oh, that's a mouthful. So anyway, man.
So this shows to have stereo speakers, but it's the majority of that sound appears to be coming from the bottom and very faint up top. I'm not sure, but the sound is loud. It's loud enough to enjoy a video with no problems. So I think you'll be okay with this. It sounds more like a loudspeaker, if anything, but it's actually still pretty cool. But the most important part is how beautiful this display is. Whoa, this is a beautiful display, and there is no getting around that. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the camera app now. We'll go ahead and show you the camera. God, that's just a beautiful display, man. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. So let's go ahead and go over to, okay, come on. I've been having some troubles with getting out of apps, like with the swiping gestures from getting out of apps, kind of weird. But let's get into the camera app. Nope. Camera app does not need to notify me. So weird. So drop down the blank area, use more options. So, okay, pretty cool. So you've got your auto flash, your timer, okay, this is how you turn on 50 megapixel shots right there. So let's go ahead and turn that on right now. And let me go ahead and take a 50 megapixel photo. It's got a little bit of water on there when I wiped my hands earlier. I want to see how that comes up with that water. This is a fast shutter. Well, it's got a fast shutter sound. What's that? Let's take a picture of this side of this box here. The bokeh on here is actually really, really solid. So let's see here. Oh yeah, those are great photos, man. These are really solid photos. So you swipe up here, you can see the details of the photo. 50.3 megapixels, 8192 by 6144, f1.8, 4.9 millimeters. I mean, this is good, man. You know, I think if you're, let's check that one with the water. There it is right there. Yep. I think if you're in the market for a camera, and you just really want to, let me just say, there's a lot of phones out there that have great cameras, great battery, all these great things, but they're overshadowed by the more phones that are shown in the media, the companies that pay more money to get their phones in the media, because again, great, let's check the fingerprint reader real quick though. Oh, I gotta put the pin in because it needs to be done first. Now let's try it again. All right, there we go. Press and put in, maybe there's a setting you could change on that. But look at the animation. That's nice. Just the little things, man. I'm really having trouble getting this. See this right here? I'm having trouble getting out of everything. Like it wants me to back out of everything. I really got to see what's going on with that. Because if not, I think I'm just gonna. I want to check on that later. But that is super annoying, and I'm gonna just go ahead and turn on the gestures or turn off the gestures because that's gonna annoy me. Like if I'm trying to get out of here, see how it's not working? Yeah, I can't do that, man. But anyway, just real briefly, let's change this wallpaper here. But we're gonna get back to the cameras. You know what? Let's stay where I'm at. I'm jumping around all of a sudden, getting a little agitated with that gesture feature there. But if you're just looking for something with great photos and great video, more than likely, phones like this shouldn't be overlooked. But most of the time, they see all the media and they see all of the things being advertised as better. But I just took some fantastic photos on a phone that technically could be yours for free. It's a good size. And I brought in my Sony Xperia Pro I because this falls right in line with it. It's just a little bit wider, which makes it 20:9 in the aspect ratio. It's just a little bit wider. And it also has a headphone jack because, you know, Sony definitely has some, I don't have to go there. But this is a hot phone right here, man, for $0 or $159. Like for real, this hardware does not look like $159 hardware. It just doesn't. And that's not one of these things where I'm going to tell you, oh, you need to see it in person. It does not look like a $159 phone. It also feels really good. This may look smooth over camera, but it has a nice texture to it. So it's got a little shimmer to it. It's a matte. Oh, this is just great. This is great. So now let me see what I can do with this wallpaper. I want to see what's in the, I always like to check the wallpapers. Static shots. Okay, because I want a darker wallpaper. Here we go. I don't like that one right there. Let's change it. All right, so this is what I like here. This is a really good, nice wallpaper, and it matches the phone itself, the whole theme here. But this is the TCL 50 XL 5G. This is easy on the hand in comparison to phones that are kind of wide. Like, let me bring in my S23 Ultra because I'm recording with the S24 Ultra. You can see the difference in how wide this is. It may not seem like it on camera, but the in-hand feel is what's the most important thing. And this feels, oh, it unlocked really fast. This feels really, really nice. So again, shout out to TCL for letting me check out their device. I think it's gonna be really nice. I'm a little disappointed though in the gestures. Like I'm having trouble with gestures. So I'm gonna have to turn back on the what's in it, the navigation bar. I'm gonna have to turn that back on because I'm gonna be super annoyed. I'm just gonna put it out there now. I don't know what's going on. Why it won't let me? Oh, it lets me get out of there. I don't know if it's the processor. I don't know what it is. Okay, now it's working. Yeah, that's a little annoying that it wouldn't let me get out of there because I don't want to use the buttons. But okay, everything's working. So, okay, cool. That's good. That's good. That little quirkiness with, okay, so it's working. That's Wi-Fi. That's definitely not T-Mobile's network. So it's not, definitely not. So yeah, but anyway, I wanted to check T-Mobile's network because I hadn't had T-Mobile in so long. I wanted to see what their service was like. That's not T-Mobile's network because it's coming down. It's just resetting. There you go. This is T-Mobile's network in my house because I don't plan on keeping this on Wi-Fi. When I go out and about, I'm just going to be out and about with it. So this is what it is. And I typically, when I run a speed test on fast.com or I go to speedtest.net, it's always faster over there. But this one right here gives me the lower speeds, which I think might be a little bit more realistic. But nonetheless, this is just a test that I wanted to check. So I think it's pretty cool that, and I know if I leave my house, it's going to probably be way better. But all you need is 8 megabytes to really stream something really fast, and 3 megabytes to really get a good stream. So let's go back to that video that video I was playing, and let's see how it plays over the network. Let's just go to any video. You can see it's loading an ad. Okay, the ad loaded. Let's cancel it. And let's see how it plays here. So it's doing just fine over the network. And this is probably paying in 480p. Let's see here. Yeah, I knew it, 480p, because 480p is actually DVD quality or DVD standards. But, you know, as long as it doesn't buffer or anything like that, I could totally watch this in 480p because it's a small display. So it doesn't look grainy that bad or anything like that. So there's the buffer. But nonetheless, I don't plan on using this on network at all. I'm glad those gestures started working because I was going to hammer this phone down. But it's a somewhat of a speedy device. Nothing too crazy. Let's open up one of these games real quick. No, let's not do that one. Let's do the other one, the 1945. Yeah. Just to give you some sense of, and just think about how I'm going through these applications, not really fully closing them. You can see how this phone is going to do, because there are people out there that are going to buy this phone that don't want to spend a lot of money, and you know, this is going to be their phone. So I'm not saying it's going to be bad or anything, but this is what they're going to buy to use. So if you just look here, you can see how it's doing. It's like once the processor realizes, hey, I'm doing this, it starts to work like I would want it to work, which is no lag or stutter or anything like that. Hey man, you shooting at me. But yeah, this is pretty nice so far. I'm liking it. No complaints whatsoever. That little bit of lag that I found at the beginning seems to be buckling down now. It seems to be doing pretty good. And this just goes to show what you could be dealing with if you decide to pick this up from Metro. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna pause this, and I really like this game. Simple games like this, I really enjoy them. All right, so there it is. Victory for your man, Jay. Shout out to TCL for supplying the phone. Shout out to T-Mobile service. I'll check that out for sure. But for now, this is the TCL 50 5G. And this is way more impressive than I thought it was going to be. It's your man, Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.